guys, it's Ahmer here. So today I have even more video game pickups that I actually scored from a local outdoor flea market. Now all of these items were scored for $5 or less, so let's go ahead and see what I got. So many of you guys ask me how I find these deals, and you wonder if I get lucky every single time I hunt for these games. Well, it actually takes a lot of work to find some of these games for amazing deals. I actually spent 2 whole days out looking for video games, and I didn't find not one thing the first day that I went out, but I still had a good time as I was with some family and friends. I took a trip to this big outdoor antique show that they had where all different streets were actually set up with different vendors and different tables. I really thought that I'd find something video game related, but I only saw a few toys. Even in their game and toy shops, they didn't really have any video games. So I kind of struck out when I went to Gettysburg for that big outdoor event that they had. Now I'm not sure if because of COVID a lot of people didn't show up, or maybe it just wasn't as packed as I imagined it to be. Well, all of these items right here I actually scored local to me. It's probably about an hour or so away. They have it every weekend. There's a couple people that are regulars. They have tons of games. There were actually 3 or 4 tables that I found the majority of these items at, and all of these were scored for $5 or less. And I'm just so excited because I found some really great gems in here, and I had to go through tons of games. Some were in boxes and just shoved all around, so I really struck some gold. So we'll just go ahead and start out with a couple loose titles that I found here. So first up, I was actually going through some games, and these discs were actually closer to the bottom, and they were kind of in one of those seedy little soft case things. And we have this Vampire Night game. So this is for the PlayStation 2. Unfortunately, these are all loose disc copies of some of the games that I found. And then of course I have tons that are complete in box. So this game is a really great and fun light gun game. It kind of has that horror style feel to it. So I saw this game, he only wanted a couple dollars for it, and I know that it goes for a little bit more, as I have tried to find some of these light gun games in the past, and I just remember paying so much money for them. So it's always great to have a couple extras on some of these games just to try and trade out some of the quality. So this one is in fairly good shape, so I figured I would just add this one to the collection. So of course we have this Vampire Night. And then this one I actually passed over a couple times before I actually grabbed it. So here I found this Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. So this is for the PlayStation 2. I wished I would have found it complete with the box and the manual, but I could not pass up this game for just a couple dollars, as this one I know sells for over $20 just a loose disc. This is one of those horror style games. It's one that's very well sought after for the PlayStation 2. And then there was this game. I didn't know too much about it, but I figured just offer a few dollars or less, I had to add it. This is RPG Maker 2, and this is for the PlayStation 2, and it has this blue side on the back. Everything's pretty clean, so I added that one as well. And then we have these weird little cases that say Property of Jungle Video. So I'm not exactly sure where that is, but it looks like it has a Maryland phone number on here. So I actually scored both of these One Piece games. So this is One Piece Grand Battle and One Piece, and this is the Grand Adventure. So these are both loose copies of the game in fairly good shape as well. So some of these I've just been wanting to play for quite some time. Some are just so expensive to find, and I just couldn't pass up on some of these deals. And then this one just came in a regular case. We have another PlayStation 2 game. So here we have Genji, and this is Dawn of the Samurai. So I wasn't exactly sure how this game played, but it looked pretty interesting, so I figured I'd go ahead and try this one out and see if it's any fun, see if it's a pretty interesting samurai style game, or see what it has to offer. And then on to some more PlayStation 2 games. I actually picked up this Dragonball Z game, and this one I did not have in the collection. So everything is of course in fairly good shape, especially the ones in the cases. They come with manuals, they have all this original artwork, and this one is just a pretty fun fighting style game. I have a couple others in the series, so I figured I'd score that one as well. And then on to some NBA Street. I haven't actually played these games in such a long time. I remember playing some of these back in the day against some of my friends, and these manuals are just huge. There's so many pages. This is a pretty heavy game. Everything looked great in this one as well. And some of these games just keep going up in price. So to score all of these for just a few dollars or less is just insane. And then I never actually saw this game. We have the Star Wars Super Bombad Racing. So this one is just pretty crazy looking. You have like these huge head characters on the front here. And this is a Star Wars game. It says you've never seen Star Wars like this. Take the high speed turns, crazy jumps, and wild gadgets of big-headed kart racing. Jumble it with the gravity-defying hyperspace pace of Star Wars, and you've got a racing game with an entirely new edge. So this just has races one of 8 Star Wars characters, 9 fully detailed tracks, 4 arenas offer a free-for-all duck and dash experience, over 25 gadgets, and 5 gameplay modes. So this actually looks pretty interesting. This once again was also in pretty good shape, and because I haven't really heard of it, I had to add it to the collection, and I figured I'd get some good gameplay with it. And then on to another NBA Street. We actually have this version 3. So we have this first one and then this third one in the set. So this one looks like it has even more and better graphics in it than the first one. So it actually looks like a pretty fun game. And once again, some of these just keep going up in price. And then this game right here. So this is definitely a title that has skyrocketed in price. I remember when some of these games weren't very much, but now they're selling for over $40, which is just insane. And this is a very clean copy of this Def Jam Vendetta. And right here it has some pretty interesting characters. It says featuring DMX, Ludacris, Method Man, and just some more. And then on the back here it has this story mode, 40 street brawlers, battle to the top with over 1,500 moves, the hottest Def Jam artists and music. So this one actually looks like a really fun game. Once again, it's one that has jumped in price, and I found 2 copies of it. So I had to go ahead and grab both of them. They were less than $5 each, and they are both complete. I figured I'd go ahead and piece together the best versions of everything included, the case, the cover art, the manual, the game, and I would add both of these to the collection and try and get a better copy of both of these put together. Then again, on to some more PlayStation 2 games. We actually have this greatest hits version of this Kingdom Hearts, and this is the Chain of Memories. So this is one copy that I also did not have, and once again everything looks pretty immaculate. This was also a cheap game, and it's another one that I needed in the full set. And then on to some Wii games. So I wasn't too sure if I had this particular Sonic game, but it turns out I did not have Sonic and the Secret Rings. This once again is complete with the manual and the disc. Everything looks in pretty good shape. And this is, of course, a classic. I've been trying to grow my Sonic the Hedgehog collection, try and get some more games. And then, of course, we have this Mario Strikers Charged. So, I've only played the GameCube version of this game. I have not played the Wii version of the game, but I would assume it's very similar in gameplay. And this one is not one of the most expensive Mario titles, especially on the Wii, but this one, just for a couple dollars, I couldn't beat it, had to add it, and hopefully it's pretty interesting. And then this one I was shocked to see. So last time I saw one of these, I actually saw it without that cardboard cover that goes on top. This is Kirby's Dream Collection, and this is a special edition. So usually it would come with this overlay on top of it, kind of like a cardboard box. I believe it came with some extras, but when I opened it up, I saw that it had all of this extra stuff in here. We have a couple different Nintendo Club, then we have some more titles in here. Kirby's Epic Yarn, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, it even has Mario Party 9, and then we have this manual of the Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition, and it just gives you some information on how to actually play the game. Has these pretty cool, bright, and colorful Kirby images all in here, and this thing just looks pretty awesome. So this is a very, very clean copy. And this comes with Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition. This is the compilation soundtrack. And this is the Kirby 20th anniversary. So that's why they did this. And then we have this special edition for the Wii. So I'll be on the lookout for something that actually comes with the box. Maybe I'll get one loose and then I can add to this. So it says, enjoy a Kirby series respective on Wii. Play 6 classic games that span Kirby's 20-year history, plus new challenge stages that will test your skill with Kirby's copy abilities. So in here it has Kirby's Dreamland, which I loved playing on the Game Boy. That was probably one of the first games that I actually fully completed on the Game Boy. I remember having that game back in the day, and I just loved it. I played it everywhere I went. Then we have this Kirby's Adventure game for the NES. We have Kirby's Dreamland 2 on the Game Boy. We have Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dreamland 3, all on the Super Nintendo, and then Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. So this is a great game, and one that has been on my list for quite some time. Then we have some more Nintendo games. I actually scored both of these Game Boy games, and right here we have this Game & Watch Gallery 3. So of course it has some pretty cool characters on here. We have Toad, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and looks like some Donkey Kong action. So that is pretty cool. And of course we had to pick up some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. This is TMNT 2, Back from the Sewers. So this is another more difficult game to find for such a great deal. And then on to some more games. We actually have some regular PlayStation games, and these are ones that also have a pretty high price to them. Not necessarily this one, but this one is one that is pretty difficult to find. This is ECW Anarchy Rules, and this just says all new control system, Anarchy in the USA, first ever blistering brimstone match, plus music from Dope and 1 minute silence. And it just has some pretty awesome gameplay in this. So this one looks like a really fun wrestling game, and I'm just excited to add it to the collection for just a couple dollars. And of course this one is probably one of the more expensive titles, even though it's the greatest hits version. So here we have Twisted Metal 2. So I loved playing these series back in the day. They were so much fun. They had some pretty wacky cars to them. Just some really awesome stuff. It's a whole new world to blow away with new cars, new battlegrounds, and new killer combat. Now with smarter, deadlier, deeper battles for worldwide creative killing behind the wheel. There's new combo attacks, new advanced attacks, new special weapons and pickups, new battlegrounds, new 2-player battles, and new challenges. So this one is just better than the first, and this is in very great shape. It's a very clean game. Even though it's that greatest hits version, this one is one that I'm definitely keeping and I'm going to play. And then on to some PlayStation 3 titles. So I actually picked up both of these. We have this Naruto, and this is Storm, and this one is the Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations. So both of these games for the PlayStation 3. This is Generations of Ninja Clash and Battle, and like never before, master the new breed of ninja. So these are some great titles right here. Then of course on to some of these last games. We actually have this loose copy of Tony Hawk's Proving Grounds, and once again it's in this weird little case from property of Jungle Video, and this is for the Xbox 360. And then I scored this copy of Sleeping Dogs for the Xbox 360 as well. So both of these were pretty clean, so I had to add them. Go ahead and get some more Tony Hawk games, get some gameplay, and go ahead and get ready for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 re-release. So I figured I'd just keep adding to the collection. And then once again onto this Tony Hawk Pro Skater. This is 2X. So this is for the original Xbox. It says the next level in skateboarding. So this is definitely pretty awesome. It says 24 levels, 5 exclusive new levels, plus all the levels from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. So this one just has some added bonus to it. It's also very clean, and this is one that has jumped up in price as well in anticipation for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 release. So this is one that I did not have in the collection, and I'm looking forward to playing this one. And then on to the last two games. We actually have the Godfather, the game. This is also for the original Xbox, and this one is complete. Pretty clean copy as well. And then on to the Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. So this one says Atari right on the front, and this one just looks like a pretty interesting game. It says you are the ultimate weapon. So even though I spent one whole day searching for games and didn't find anything, the second day that I went hunting, I definitely made up for it, as I found some really great titles. All of these are just some really awesome games. I don't think any of these are worth less than what I actually paid, and altogether, I definitely quadrupled my money, even though these are going to stay in the collection. Now, all of these are just some pretty awesome, pretty fun games, and I'm really looking forward to playing these again, and some of these for the first time. So of course, if there's any games in this video that you saw that you highly recommend, go ahead and drop a comment below in the comments, and just let me know if any of these are definitely worth playing, and definitely worth playing first. So to find all of these games, most of these are complete in the box. Just to find these for $5 or less, and some of these I only paid just a few dollars or less for. So this is just insane, a crazy haul, a crazy pickup. Maybe next time I'll have to go to this place first and actually stay there a little bit longer, as I went closer to the end when people were starting to pack up some of their items. So maybe if I go again, I might even find more. So who really knows? So I'm really looking forward to that, and these are just great. They're definitely worth the trip, and I can't believe I scored some of these for such amazing deals, as some of these are $40 titles, some even go for more than that. It's just insane. So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos, and stay tuned for more.